आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Purvasha Banerjee and Shushanto Das.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
Indian Statistical Institute is a public university which is recognized as an institute of national importance. It grew out of the statistical laboratory set up by Prashanto Chandra Mohananobish in Presidency College, Kolkata. Established in 1931, this unique institution of India is one of the oldest institutions focused on statistics. Primary activities of ISI are research and training of statistics, development of theoretical statistics, and its applications in various natural and social sciences. We welcome Dr. Tridib Kumar Mondal in this episode. He is an assistant professor in the Geological Studies Unit in Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. Sir shares his knowledge and experience as a structural geologist. He shares about various research findings related to deforming crust and also about enhanced oil recovery.
I am Dr. Tridib Kumar Mondal, Assistant Professor. I am associated in the Geological Studies Unit, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. I am working on the deforming crust. Basically, I am a structural geologist. Today, I'll be talking on the enhanced oil recovery. But before going into that, let me explain what is crust. Now, I can give you one example. If you take a boiled egg, you can compare actually that soft boiled egg with our Mother Earth. The upper portion of the egg, boiled egg, this is the calcium carbonate, is basically the 2% of the whole boiled egg. Exactly our earth crust, that the upper layer of the earth consists of 2% of the total earth. Now, if you cut the earth, it has three broad layers. The upper part is very thin, as I told, 2% is the crust. Beneath it, we have mantle. Mantle is further divided into upper mantle, lower mantle. I'm not going into the details one. Then we have the outer core and the inner core. And as we go interior of the earth, our temperature and pressure both increase. Now, the inner core of the earth is mostly solid in spite of its high temperature because pressure is so much. I'm working on the deformation or the changes of this upper portion of the earth, that is the crust. Now, the question comes, why this crust is deformed? If you talk about the upper surface of the earth, this is not static, this is dynamic. So that's why we are having this plate movement. So it's basically consists of a lot of plates. You might have noticed that we are having the solid rock, that is the granite, basalt, etc., as well as we are having the volcano, which is a very molten rock. So this volcano, or there are many other places we call the mid-oceanic ridges. These are the places where the new mantle material are coming out, the forming rocks. Basically, these are forming the crust. Now, coming to the today's topic, that is the enhanced oil recovery. Now, today, hydrocarbon or the petroleum are very much important. It's important because the economy depends on this hydrocarbon. And if we talk about the overall, the potential of this hydrocarbon, particularly in Indian scenario, most of the oil fields are at the verge of their, we have already extracted all this oil almost. So it's very important to understand how to recover the last drop of the oil. So that requires the enhanced oil recovery. What is the process we apply for this? We actually fill this vacant place with the water. So water, the external water or the fluid, it creates pressure inside this reservoir, and oil, since it's very light, it comes out. So that is the idea of this enhanced oil recovery. What we are doing, we are trying to analog model to understand how we can create the increase the fracture correctivity inside this reservoir. So what we are doing, we are taking gelatin matrix or gelatin box type things, and with the large syringe with a controlled pressure, we are just infiltrating some fluids with different densities, and we are just looking how the fractures forming, hydraulic fracture forming inside this gelatin, so that we can have some idea. And if we have the density of the rock and the other parameters, we can actually fill the reservoir with the different density of the fluid that actually can create pressure, and it can develop the fractures and produce the networks. Ultimately, it will help us to create the pressure which will move the oil to come out. So this is the idea of my research, is the enhanced oil recovery.
Sir also places his research alongside the global contemporaries.
Almost whole world is working with this enhanced oil recovery. They are applying many other processes. And this type of working process, to the best of our knowledge, nobody is working. And we are trying to collaborate with different national and international companies to fund. Ultimately, whatever we are doing, that is in laboratory scale. We have to implement in a large scale, in an actual borehole. So we are trying to implement our research outcome to larger perspectives.
Sir explains how this research can contribute to Indian industries.
This process, actually, we can visualize how the fracture network can be generated and what are the characteristics of the fractures that are being created by the injection of the fluid from outside. So it's very important that we actually monitor, we have a whole control of this system. So definitely India or any other country who we believe that whoever is implementing this type of research, they will be benefited.
We are immensely grateful to Professor for his excellent deliberations.